Hello, Gemini. Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead. How you doing, Gemini? Thanks so much for rolling up here. I appreciate you. If you are somebody who's always coming back, I appreciate you the most. But if you are someone who's brand new and you're just trying this for the first time, I appreciate you doing that. So let's find out what's going on for you, Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. If you're new, I hope you'll stay. And at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you about how to get a deal on a private read. I'm also going to tell you about the extended if you're interested in that. We're just doing tarot this week. Let's find out what's going on for Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Gemini. All right. Got the Four of Swords, the Ace of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. Got the Ten of Swords, the Eight of Cups is here, and the Six of Pentacles. So far what it looks like here, Gemini, is you're not getting the kind of reciprocal energy that you wish you could get from family members. It feels like it could be family members or a soul tribe or the people you usually hang out with. But it feels like that maybe sometimes you see them giving more energy to others than to you. And I don't think you're down with it anymore. For some of you, it does feel like family. It's like it's some sort of a clarity that you're getting, a realization. You know, sometimes we can do that. We have a friend for 20 years, and then it gets a little lax in the friendship, right? And then all of a sudden you see that they're out with other people. And maybe you asked them to do something earlier in the week, and they're like, nope, sorry, I'm busy. And then you see them out with other people, but that seems to be the regular thing now, where it never used to be that way. So it feels like now you're sort of thinking with your swords. You're thinking, is there something here that went on? Like, did I do something wrong? It feels like the Four of Swords tells me that you really haven't been speaking with somebody here. You really haven't been communicating in general with people around you. But I don't think you're on the phone every day as Chatty Cathy either. But I feel like the Ace of Swords is telling me when you go quiet, you all of a sudden have this revelation like, oh, well, so-and-so didn't even check on me. Like, what's going on? I feel like once you see what you see, because it's like an epiphany that you're having, that somebody here is giving the time, attention, and energy or money that they used to give to you, they're giving to somebody else now. And that could be platonic or romantic. I don't know what it is. You can judge. We do have the Six of Swords Judgment card, and we have the Page of Wands in the reverse. Very interesting. Somebody here is like, you know what? I don't always have to be the first person to call. I shouldn't always have to be the person to call you and say, hey, are we doing something this week? It feels like you are becoming weary of having to be the person who goes all in all of the time, keeping track of everybody and trying to make communications or connections with people. Because I feel like there is somebody here, or maybe even a group of people, because of the Ten of Cups, that are not doing that with you. And so it almost feels like it puts you into this place of having to make a really tough decision. And the tough decision is, I'm tired of talking about it. I'm just going to withdraw my energy, and maybe this is just done. I think that you were fighting for this relationship or this friendship. It seems you were fighting for it like at any cost. You were always the one putting in a lot. You were in fact putting in more than they were giving back to you. But I feel like it was because you may have felt that this thing was failing. Again, I'm getting this feeling of like it's a family thing. Like maybe when it comes down to family dinners, like you put on a great big bash and invite everybody in, bring your family, bring your friends. And when they do it, they're like, no, like you can bring your kids, but can you leave so-and-so at home? Like it feels like you're doing way more and they're doing way less. So I feel like it's time to cut out of the chaos is what it feels like. You don't want to be treated this way anymore. You're worth more than that. And I think that you've been doing everything that you can to, Five Swords, right? Winning at any cost. You've been doing whatever you can to try and keep this whole family unit together or keep everybody talking to each other if this is a soul tribe. And I think that in the midweek next week, I think you're just done with it. It feels like with this full moon energy here that you've come to this place where I just want to release it. I'm just going to hold back my energy. I'm not going to give anything to anyone. And it's time for me to find a new path. I feel like this Page of Wands in the reverse is telling me I'm not calling, I'm not reaching out, I'm not doing it. I think this is a new day for you. I'm going to say with this Judgment card, because the Six of Swords is about going from the chaos of the mind to the calm. But look, in the future, there is a tower that you're going to endure here. And it is going to make you sad, but I think it's because you put up boundaries. Look, we all go through this. If you're somebody who goes through a spiritual awakening, you'll know. Tell me in the comments. You'll know what I'm talking about. Because there is one day when you wake up with an epiphany. And essentially it does kind of happen that way. When you're doing the work, and then all of a sudden time has passed and you've realized that nobody's checked on you. And it's at that point you have the epiphany that who's watering the plants, right? So like if you're the one that's always sending the texts and nobody's sending the texts back, and like they'll send a text back when you text them first, but otherwise you don't hear from them. The epiphany is, I don't feel like we're jiving anymore. Like I don't feel like our energies vibe anymore. And so this is something that happens usually happens in conjunction with an awakening. And you're having a really big shift here. You're having a super big shift, the Tower being the shift and then the Five of Cups. And it's hard, it's sad, it's a bit regretful, but the Seven of Wands is here, and I feel like what you're going to begin to do is put up the boundaries. I think you're standing up for yourself, and whether it causes heartbreak or not, I think you're starting to realize that you're no longer overgiving to people. And that if they are not going to be around when you need them, then maybe they just don't need you around at all. It feels like you're ready for this. Yeah, you're ready to put people out on the outside looking in of your life. And it also feels like this is a choice. I just saw the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. I think it's a choice you might be making in the week ahead. Tell me what this great epiphany was, because it feels like you are coming to this place of clarity. And the clarity is, while I was not feeling well, like the Four of Swords can be anything. It can be I was not feeling mentally well, I was not feeling physically well, and nobody checked on me. Like nobody texted me to see how I was, and that's how you know when you're the only one watering the plants. Because if you go back and the plants are dead, then you're the only one watering the plants, right? And I think this is the epiphany. So the Three of Swords just comes back. We've got the Star. And we've got the Emperor. So you realize here that you have got to heal this. You've got to heal what's going on, because I don't think you're happy with the way the situation is. I think what you're going to do is hold back your energy. You're going to, like the Emperor would, right? You're going to pull it all back in. You're going to take back your power and see if anybody comes for you. But the thing is I feel like with the Star here, with the Emperor, that's how you're healing yourself. It feels like this Three of Swords is, yes, it's going to be heartbreaking. And the truth of the matter is I still think about friends that dropped out of my life, but I couldn't allow them to treat me that way anymore. Once I exited their vibration and I looked back and I saw what they were doing, I had to put up the boundaries. And if you've been through that, tell me, because it's actually a part of the ascension process. It's the part of growing spiritually. And so that's what it feels like is going on here. Somebody here is taking hold or taking charge of their healing and saying, no more. You can't disappoint me. You can't break my heart. You can't do the things that you were doing and still be called my family, still be called my lover, still be called my friend. So the Six of Pentacles in this way, like, I don't know, I don't see any reciprocal energy here. I see you giving a whole lot and everyone else taking. I don't think there's anything reciprocal about that. And I think, unfortunately, that we may be talking about family. Look, this could be happening in your family unit, or it could be happening in your general family, right? Like mother, sister, brother, dad, right? Like the whole family in general, but it could just be your family. Maybe this is something that's going on between you and a spouse, is what I'm saying. Tell me about the Ten of Cups. Who's this? Who is the Ten of Cups, please? For some of you, it is a relationship you have whereby you're dating someone, but you also could be in a family, like in a marriage. We have the King of Cups. and we have the Queen of Pentacles. And so I just think that people became complacent is what it looks like. It feels to me like you stopped saying, like, they're just so used to you being the one that takes care of everybody, who's the overgiver, because that's Capricorn. Always going to be taking care of everybody, cleaning the house, making the meals, making sure everybody has what they need, packing the lunches. Like, it feels like everybody took you for granted. And now that I think you're in the King of Cups energy, which is, yes, you've grown emotionally, and now you're emotionally intelligent, and you're looking back at those people who are not, and you're like, wait a second. Does this mean that if I don't say anything, if I don't pitch a fit or get angry or upset with them or call a meeting, that they're not going to talk to me anymore? Like, I think you come to a realization that the group of people that you're in, or maybe it's your family in some cases, that you're going to have to choose to move along or choose to be more stoic in their presence. Because I feel like you're the one who is always running around doing things for people, and I don't think that they're doing that for you. And it's not to say it has to be even. We're not counting here, right? We're not counting how many things you did for me and how many things I did for you. We're looking at the situation as a whole and saying, wait a second. You mean I was out? Like, I was sick. I had the flu for 4 days. I didn't talk to anybody, and my DMs are like crickets. There's nothing there. Tell me about the Ten of Swords and the Eight of Cups. Well, maybe we'll go Ten of Swords first here. So you feel betrayed, I think. You feel sad and you feel betrayed. This could be a romantic situation I'm talking about. The Knight of Cups is here, but it also is just the heart space, right? It doesn't have to be a romantic. But we do have the Eight of Swords, and so I feel like this is a really big decision for you. The really big decision is that you've decided that in this betrayal that you are just going to completely go silent. I'm not going to call anybody. I'm not going to text anybody. And I feel like you feel like your hands are tied, because we all know you can't force anybody to do it. Like, you can't force people to do it. You can't badger people into treating you a certain way. And so I think that you just go quiet, completely quiet. I don't think you go ghost. I don't think that you are blocking anybody. I think that you just go completely quiet. And I think you pull away your energy. You retract your energy here from this situation. Because it's supposed to be reciprocal, and I don't think that it is right now. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, got the Ten of Wands, and we've got the Six of Cups. So what you're saying basically is, I'm exhausted. I'm done. I'm just dropping this here because I don't want to carry it anymore. It feels like, it does feel like it is either people that you've known for a long time or a person you've known for a long time. It could be a best friend, or the family is what it feels like, because the Six of Cups is here. It's people you've created nostalgic memories with. And I feel like you're deciding, they obviously don't care as much about the nostalgia as I do. They don't care if I've been in their life 20 years. The Wheel of Fortune is here, and so I think change is coming here. Like, I really think that you have been slowly changing and noticing things you didn't notice before, which tells me that possibly your third eye has been opening a little at a time, because it's never just like cranked right open. It goes along with your whatever you're learning next in your life is how much you're supposed to see. If it cranked open all the way in the first try, everybody would be terrified, right? So it's terrifying enough as it moves really slowly. So I think that it's destiny here. It's destiny for things to change, and I think that what you're doing is you're weeding out the things that you don't need. The Ten of Wands is here, and it's been very heavy, and you've carried it for a while, and I think you're feeling burnt out about it. You're feeling burnt out about family or friendships or relationships in general. You're like, you know what? It's time to cut down the Instagram list. It's time to cut down the Facebook list, and I'm just tired of me giving and them taking. Yes, let's talk about this Judgment card. Tell me about Judgment, because it feels like you're being reborn here. It feels like you have come to a realization that you don't mind if you have to go it alone, because you're not reaching out. No, you've decided, nope, if I don't reach out at all, let's just have a little experiment and see what happens. Tell me about the Judgment card. We've got the Chariot, got the Three of Wands, and we've got the Five of Pentacles. There it is. Much of the same. The future holds silence, disconnect. And so when you decide to move, when you decide to have some victory in your own life, you realize that as you become more emotionally stable, get more stability in your life, that these people, like, nobody has gotten back to you. Nobody's talked to you. Yep, much of the same. Unfortunately, I'm just going to put 2 cards down here. We're going to talk about this in the extended. We'll talk about that. We're going to actually clarify a little bit more of this as well. We've got the Page of Swords in the reverse. Look, it's like the Ten of Swords is here, and the Page of Swords in the reverse is somebody who lied to you, or somebody who's acting immature. It's like they're being really immature about the whole situation. It's like if you don't reach out to them every single time, they're not reaching back. And I think you're kind of done with it at this point. But I mean, it's all about having boundaries, and how good are you with your boundaries. And so I think that it's time for you to put some boundaries in place, but we haven't seen that card here yet. We see you starting to pull back your energy. We see that in the future, it looks like the Five of Pentacles is here. So on the outside looking in, I think you are cleaning up the social media lists and not letting people in on your life. Sometimes it's like that, right? People can see what you're doing. Like if you tell everybody what's going on in your life, why do they need to come talk to you, right? They already know what's going on with your life, and that's really sometimes the only thing that people want to know. They're just in the white surveillance van on the street. They're just being nosy. They just want to know what's going on in your life. They're not really doing anything. They don't talk to you, right? And so, I think that you're cutting down the list here. We're going to go into the extended, and if you want to go there too, Gemini, that's where we'll be. If you look at the top of the comments, there is a pinned comment at the top of all of the comments, and there is a pinned comment under every video that I upload. So under the video, you'll see this pinned comment. It will show you how to purchase this extension outright if you're interested in only this extension. If you're interested in more than one extension, then you can go into the membership area, and that's where all the extensions are for the week. And then if you're interested in a private read, if you'd like to do that, I am doing pre-recorded private reads, and I'm also doing live private reads. So if you're interested in a pre-recorded private read, please go look at my pricing. The link for Hypsee is in the pinned comment. I'm never going to approach you and ask you if you want to have a reading. You're always going to approach me first. So if anyone approaches you in any respect and says it's me, they're lying. If you want to have a live read, that's where all the sales are right now. So between 5 and 75% off of the live readings. Been having a lot of fun getting to know you guys personally over the phone. It's been so cool. And because now we become people, right? We're not just in the comments. It's really lovely. And so if you want to do that, check my timetable. My timetable is available in Hypsee as well. So I'm going to go into the extended, and if that's where you are, I'll see you there. And if not, well, I'll be back, because I'm always back. You guys have a beautiful week. Bye-bye.